When you're getting near test standard, your driving instructor, or even you, may think a mock test is a good idea. There's a few things you need to consider when deciding if it's going to work for you. The first thing, if you don't do so well at the mock test, how will you take that? If you're going to take it and be very demoralised if you fail it, it might not be the best idea. I would normally not suggest doing a mock test the lesson before your real test. For a lot of people, it can be very demotivating. For some people, it could work, but just be very mindful it could potentially demotivate you, so it might not be the best idea. Of course, the benefit of doing a mock test is you do get the experience of what the test is like. Getting used to your instructor staying quiet and not saying anything and just letting you drive. And also get used to the structure of the test. So driving for 40 minutes without any help, doing a bit of sat-nav, bit of a manoeuvre, possible emergency stop, doing a show me tell me question. It's a little bit of a mixture of everything. But on the lessons, you might just focus on one specific thing. Of course, the good thing of mock tests as well is if you make a mistake, it doesn't matter too much because it's not your real test. You can make your mistakes and get rid of your nerves on the mock tests. So when you do the real test, you're beyond that nervous point. When I do mock tests with people, I make it clear at the beginning that I want them to use this as an opportunity to identify any areas to work on and take it as a positive to know what to work on, how to improve. There's basically a saying, fail means first attempt in learning. If you have that in your mind, a mock test can be a really good idea. Take the positive from it and think, brilliant, it's good this happened now rather than my real test, or when I'm driving my own and my instructor's not there to help me. So if I give you an example, let's say you did a mock test and you failed for observations at a junction. Now this is the most common mistake people make on the driving test. Over 300,000 people fail a year due to ineffective observations at a junction. So let's say we've done a mock test and you're looking to merge onto a 60-mile-an-hour road and your vision to the left and right is reasonably poor. There's a bit of a corner maybe. And you maybe rush out and a car suddenly comes and you pull out in front of them and slow them down. That would most definitely be a fail on a real driving test. So, but it's kind of good at happening in a mock test. At least you can now learn from that. You can think on the real driving test and after a driving test, you need to take more care when you're merging onto a fast moving road, especially when your vision is restricted. So you make sure you plan to stop at the junction, have a good look, left, right, edge out over the line slightly, being ready to stop if you see something appear at the last moment, and once you've committed, put your foot down, after you've straightened up that is, put your foot down, be checking your mirror, and if you see something coming fast behind you, keep putting that foot down to build your speed, assuming it's all safe and clear ahead of you. And wouldn't you agree, it's much better you learn that through a mock test, making a mistake on a mock test, rather than you wait till after your test and make that mistake, or it happens in a real test and you make that mistake. Related to this subject as well, does failing the driving test make you a bad driver? It's often a concern many people have. I personally don't think it does necessarily. If you fail a driving test, it could just be a 5-second brain fart, perhaps due to the nerves of the test. I think personally what matters is your attitude towards driving. If you fail a driving test and you think, why did I do that? I shouldn't be doing that. For me, that's good. That yes, you failed, but you're showing good attitude because you realise your mistake and you're going to learn from it in the future. If though, you pass your driving test first time, and then after your test, your standard of driving went from here all the way down to here, so it dropped dramatically because you're just driving to try and please the examiner, and after your test you started to speed, tailgate, didn't signal, you weren't aware of your surroundings, such as checking your mirrors, looking ahead, you're on your phone. I would say that's a very bad driver, even though they pass their driving test the first time, because they just pretended to drive like they think they should on their actual driving test. And in my opinion, I would not be very comfortable to be in that person's car after they pass their test. But I would be more happy to be in the car with someone who's potentially taken their test 4 or 5 times, but shows a good attitude towards driving. So in summary, I think attitude is what counts. You can learn the skills and develop the skills, but your attitude is ultimately what counts.